Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai ho lovin puan thui zirna hong tarup mai thatin cheng sang mi chau choin agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla ipoi sa choi bel ngai mi alovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin hei ba ka hian nal taka itong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang hi chau choin Hindi tong agent na tla kamang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian mechatan hostel changthung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai chon pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thlonin a pe bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve de che
MAC22 Mizoram Academic Competition sang ni le som ni pani grand finale mang tu ra chim tu ra helai huna local zong te TV lama min clear tu te zong Alpha Omega company mingin chabai kan bu ka cheu zanina hianin ni zan lama kan final 510 anin ti siak na kha education round in kan chunzom le dona he MAC22 min buat sai sak tu Alpha Omega company ni in knowledge partner hi Medhavi Foundation te andia tin he show min hlut sakam is sponsor to te hi adhunik le LB associates te andi kan final 5 te in Melsia tirna le in kau chuana kan han neinga ain dotin an ming in dotin ka kau chuakanga helai stage a hianin an lo lu rualin kan zawain kut beng kan lo lom don dia Samuel C Vanlal Ven hima Goodwill Higher Secondary School Iris Thuampui, Isol Christian Academy. Alex Malsom Lua, Providence Higher Secondary School. Grace Laurin Pari Housel, Goodwill Higher Secondary School. MD Atif Nazir, St. Paul's Higher Secondary School. Hello, mome. Kan final 5 tetan here in zirlai zong kan dingin kut bengin in lom le lok teang. Kan lome. Zanina here in elocution round. Ni in anin eldona. Chuta kan judge turte. In Melsia tirna kan neile anga Dr. Lalbiak dikin hamte professor in the Department of Education MZU loading se Mizoram Educational Foundation President ni in All India Education Forum National Secretary te ani Dr. Malsom Kima Associate Professor Department of English Government Aizawl North College tuna hianin Dr. Malsom Kimahi, President Mizoram English Literature Society in Ilaime. Kani Pu H. Vanlal Loma, Headmaster, Retired Government High School. Pu H. Vanlal Lom, ahi MADC Middle School Hindi zirlai bu kha kum sang ni le so pania khana zia ka khata trang kan tun thleng kianin ale khabuzia hi Hindi hi kan lazir char chara MBSC le SCERT milong chetia mula SCERT a hian Hindi textbook committee a prominent member launito bokani adot lia puzo than sang khiang te CEO Alpha Omega Puzo than sang a khiang te le atim te avangin he MAC22 buat site theya kan oma han chunga khan lom thu kan han soi ngal ni se lalbiak dikiral te Center Coordinator Medhavi Foundation lalbiak dikiral te hian Hospitality Management le Soft Skills Trainer teni in Medhavi Foundation athoka he MAC22 atan hian Knowledge Partner ani bokani tichuanin kan round a kan kal don nga langa kan raw na allocation masapera hianin anin tisiak na tura aron in chua dan turin dot hi an pot dona hemi an po zoa hianin short break rei lo te kan nei anga chuanin kan ron let leng hal don nia Tikhan kan final 5 participants te hi green room a son an lut le vekanga a in dot danin karon kawanga hetlaya hianin kan competition kan tran don ya Zanin natana kan in elna masaper tur chu allocation round na hianin English in topic anron in soisiak dona heta hianin minute nga chung an nei dona minute li ari khuna bell warning bell aron ri anga minute nga a anla soizau lo ni chuan times up kan ron call don ani tin judge te hian point za cheu an nei anga he round na point zanga akeng don bok ani Inel na aron chuak masaber turin Alex Malsom Lua Providence Higher Secondary School Ilosom halang Helaya hianin a topic thantur aoma athlang dona helai chang hianin apo fuwa hi minute nga chung aron soidon ani Klom ngai na. All the best.
You all enjoyed that, didn't you? When we speak about klom ngai na, what is the first thing that came into your mind? You see, klom ngai na is a very complicated word. As Mizos, we used to say that our language is not rich enough. But is there anybody in the crowd who would kindly translate the word klom ngai na for me in English? None. Okay. The best definition I can give is altruism. But that word doesn't define it quite well enough. You see, when we speak about klom ngai na, there are two types of klom ngai na. The old ways that our ancestors used to practice, the virtues that our ancestors used to practice. You could say the old school klom ngai na. And there's the contemporary klom ngai na, the modern klom ngai na. You could say this one too as maybe the new school klom ngai na. However, there is a major difference between the old klom ngai na that our ancestors used to practice and the contemporary klom ngai na that we see today in our lives. Are you aware of the phrase unconditional love? What is an unconditional love? An unconditional love is doing good, or should we say, loving something without expecting nothing back. Nothing. But when we say unconditional altruism or unconditional klom ngai na, it could mean doing a good deed to help others without expecting anything back in return. As of today, in today's world, in the contemporary klom ngai na, most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, when we do good deeds, we expect some repercussions or something back in return to match that same energy that we give out. But the way our ancestors did wasn't like that. Our ancestors did all those good deeds without expecting nothing back. They didn't expect anything back. They wanted to help others. But in the today's world, you see, when we do good things, we wanted the fame, we wanted people to say, oh, that guy, he helped this poor woman, he helped, etc., etc. But that's the difference. You see, I hope you get the difference of the old school Thuampui and the modern Thuampui. So, my message to you tonight is, let us revert back to the old ways, the old Thuampui, the beautiful altruism that our ancestors once practiced, doing something good without expecting anything back in return. Unconditional love, unconditional altruism. Let this be my message to you as I leave you. Today, we came together here as a group, but let us leave this auditorium as a group who believes and who strives to revert back to the old altruism. May all of you have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Adot lia hianin Samuel C. Van Lalven hima Goodwill Higher Secondary School ilo som veleng halang. Responsibility of youth in family. All the best.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So the topic that I have chosen for tonight is the responsibility of youth in family. First of all, I would like to start off by asking or raising the question, what is a family? From my own understanding, a family is when a man and a woman come together under the provision of God. Now we have a really good example in our midst. We have our very own CEO of Alpha Omegas, Mr. Zothana. Around the same time last year, he was walking around the streets of A-Town as a bachelor. Now he has landed himself a very beautiful wife, and who knows, he might even have a beautiful family. If he decides to have children, those children will grow up. And when those children grow up, they will become adults. And when they become adults, they will become responsible members of the society. When they become responsible, active members of the society, they have some responsibilities that they have to withhold. So I would like to list out some of those responsibilities which they have to uphold in the family, in the society. Number one, we, the youth, we have to be able to comfort our parents, our family members. First of all, no one is going to be young forever. As time goes on, people get older, their strength wane, their qualities get more limited. Which is why we, the youth, all of you guys, we have to be able to comfort our own family, our parents and our grandparents, any member of your family. Second, we have to be able to provide for our family. Is there anyone here who can survive without eating food for 2 months? Exactly. Which is why we need food. Which is why we have to be able to provide for our family. Every human present here today needs food. Which is why we have to be able to put food on our plates. We have to be able to provide for our family even when our parents or the adults cannot. Third point, we have to be able to be the backbone of the family. When our parents are not able, when the adults are not able, we have to be able to stand out and be the face of our family. They have to be able to be comfortable with what we do, with what we give them. They have to be happy with us. We have to be the backbone. We have to lift our own family up. Fourth actually, my mistake, is we have to bring honor to our family. Now, the students present here today were mostly class 11s. We're mostly studying in class 11th to 12th. There are more students, hopefully, from class 9th and 10th watching this show right now. What I would like to say to you guys is that we're all going to face our HSSLC and HSLC boards. Now, the results cannot all be the same. There's going to be winners, there's going to be losers, there's going to be those average, people. I'm not saying you have to look down or you have to compare. I'm just saying what you do and the fruits of your work will bring honor to your family, which is why we have to work hard towards that. And fifth, what I want to say is that we are humans, and then we are humans, and since we are humans, we cannot, all the points that I've said, we cannot all find change overnight, which is why it takes time. It takes time. The process is very long, which is why I urge you guys not to be disheartened, to always look on the bright side and to always fight it out. I would like to quote this. I would like to quote this person whom I look up to. His name is Reverend Van Lal Zuata. He said that corruption starts with the family and ends with the family, which is why we have to recognize that family is important. And I urge everyone in this place and everyone watching from home to withhold our responsibilities that we have in our families. Thank you.
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai ho lovin puan thui zirna a hong taruk mai thatin cheng sang mi chau choin agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla I poisa choi bel ngai mi a lovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka itong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course hi thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang hi chau choin Hindi tong agent na tla kamang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian me chatan hostel changtlung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai cho an pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thon in a be bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve da che
Medhavi Foundation chuan tholai te ma khuanga in ezon na konga mani in todel theina turatan course strong zir thei turin a chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te baking lama tuimi tetan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak ten hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin Zirlai tan Khatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur jon pui thin an ni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye adot le kan ko ma hian hemi allocation round na kan language thandan hi kan lo soi fia lokanga zanina kan in el na tur hi English Mizo le Hindi in engpo in asoi theya hemi first round na hian in second language a in el tur kan dia an second language a hian an vai in English adot thana wangin English in he round hi kan ti ani adot lia chon Iris lal ompui Aizo Christian Academy lo som chunjom veleng halang a topic thanchu the effect of social media on youth student. All the best.
Nowadays, in the world of connecting learning, the impact of social media on education is becoming a driving factor. The world is becoming smaller, and by the use of technology, such as social media, the way we get an education is changing. Social media and education can complement one another if used effectively. Social media is continually developing an educational possibilities for students. Social media has many positive effects on education, but at the same time, it has negative effects too. Social networking has become an important part of students' social life. It is now considered as a learning platform which help in improving social engagement and capabilities in several ways. Such platforms provide school children an opportunity to connect, get in touch, access information, and research. It consists of online technology platforms including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, among many others. With the massive use of technology, the world has merely become a small place. Let us take a look at the positive and negative of social media on students. Encourage online learning. With the use of social media platforms in school, the students get motivated and fostered to learning. Educational videos on YouTube, essay access to e-books, online notes, and learning via video calls are major aspects that contribute to educational development. Distance learning is one of the best ways to learn from reputed organizations by being at any location, what social media has made possible. Enhance academic performance. Another crucial impact on social media helps to enhance student academic performance and increase their knowledge through data and information gathering. When students are assigned with projects, they go through various online platforms to gather information so as to find solutions to their assignment. Job opportunities are more accessible both in social media itself and other career paths. Enhance creative elements. Social media help in enhancing creative skill in children by allowing them to learn and later execute the same by doing it themselves. Quite often, the students' hidden talent comes when they start to take picture and use online editing skills. And to make it look aesthetically appealing, a lot of youngsters are also helps in achieving the right kind of education. Social media platforms help in improving one's writing skill, which help in achieving one's educational pursuits. Social media allows young people to get a more unbiased view of current affairs by having multiple scores at their fingertips. The negative effect, it may also cause distraction. Social media platforms are a major factor that are leading to distraction and hindrance of mind. These days, social media platforms are a major factor that are leading to distraction and hindrance in mind. Impact on health. Use of social media sites with sheer negligence can have mental as well as physical effects on one's health. Such acts may make students lazy and unmotivated to study or even go out to meet people. Reduce learning and research capabilities. With the extensive use of social media, students these days are depending more on such platforms to gain information and knowledge rather than looking out on some books. Cyberbullying and cyberstalking. One of the biggest and most dangerous issues students face while on social media is cyberbullying and cyberstalking. Cyberbullying is one of the biggest problems among teenagers in school. Students used to bully each other physically. Now the bullying has moved to virtual world. Reduce physical activities. These days, many students log into their social media in their free time. As soon as they have some time, they get on their social media, reducing their physical exercises. Students are either spending their time on their studies or their social media. Many children prefer to stay inside their room all day and night and use their devices instead of going out to get some fresh air, even if it is just for a walk. Social media positive and negative impact on education is not just black and white. It can distract you while studying and working. It all depends on how you decide to use it as a student. Thank you.
Kan elocution round hianin topic som te than chuan nia chu nga tanga an topic atang chuanin headline hianin an ron thlang le an mani khanin tin headline hian pointers nei te note en te kha hi an du wi enge participants te khana thiang veka amar ero chu point pek dana kha chon kan judge te thu ani ye adot le hianin Grace Larin Pari Housel Goodwill High Secondary School ilo som chung zom le khana COVID-19, a blessing in disguise. All the best. Over there.
Good evening, everyone. So today I will be talking about how COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise. We all know that in rainy days, dark clouds came in. However, that rains gave blessings. Comparatively, COVID-19 may be a bane to humanity. It can be a boon to humanity as well. One of the impact of COVID-19, I would say a blessing for me, is that the greatest treasure of all, family. COVID-19 gave me the chance to create a stronger bond with my family. Isn't it great, people? Moreover, the second positive impact of COVID-19 is that I think you all will be aware of the fact that whenever we go out, there is hand sanitizer everywhere. That is indeed a development for a state, right? A country as a whole as well. One of the best development I could see so far, the aftermath of COVID-19, is that when we go out, even the little kids wash their hands, which prevents them from other diseases. Isn't it an improvement as well? And I believe you will be aware that in other developed countries, they've been using this e-transaction, which we commonly known as GPay. After the pandemic, even in Mizoram, even the young kids, the old age group categories, they all know how to use all of this e-transaction, which is also a development, people. Isn't that great? And so far, we humans, we are really ungrateful. So we choose to ignore all of these blessings which the COVID brings upon. Sometimes we have to be grateful, and we need to learn to see the beauty in all of the things. One time, I was going to the market, and then I saw an old lady. She was complaining how the COVID negatively had affected her life. However, I personally feel that it brings upon much development. I think many of you might be aware of the fact that in 2020, the research done by NASA, in their research, the environment, the pollution, the carbon emission has decreased by 30% because of the lockdown imposed by the government. On 2020, Times of India have released a report saying that one of the major river in India, the Ganga River, has substantially seen decrease in pollution by 50% because of the COVID-19. tough times create stronger people. Harsh time brings the best of us. This COVID-19 prepares us to face the future. The future biological war, we never know when it's coming. So in the future, there is always a possibility of something worse coming up. This COVID-19 proves humanity and tests our humanity. I would like to ask you all a question. Did COVID-19 adversely affect your life? If so, will you be ungrateful enough to ignore all of the blessings which the COVID-19 brings upon? Thank you.
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai ho lovin puan thui zirna hong tarup mai thatin cheng sang ni chok join agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla ipoi sa choi bel ngai mi alovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka itong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course hi thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang hi chok join Hindi tong agent na tla ka mang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian me chetan hostel changthung tak asiam har bok zing cho le tlai cho an pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thlon in a pe bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve de che
Medhavi Foundation chuan thralai te ma khuanga in eizon na konga mani in todel theina turatan khor strong zir thei turin a chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te Baking lama tuimi tan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak te hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin Zirlai tan khatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur jon pui thin an ni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye Our next participant is MD Atif Nazir from St. Paul's Higher Secondary School. Open. COVID-19, a blessing in disguise. All the best. There, yeah.
Everybody. Good evening, everybody. My name is MD Atif Nazir. I am a class 11 science student of St. Paul's Higher Secondary School. This evening, I'll be speaking on the topic of COVID-19, a blessing in disguise. Friends, we all know that novel coronavirus, also known as SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, had started in Wuhan, China in December 2019. It did not take long for it to become a global pandemic. Even after 2.5 years, there are still thousands, in fact lakhs of COVID cases around us. Thankfully, by God's grace, the situation is not as grave as it was 2 years ago. Friends, although it's depressing, I want all of you to close your eyes and remind yourself, have a recap of what happened in the last 2.5 years when COVID was at its peak. What images come to your mind? In my mind, those images pop up of people crying over the death of their beloved ones. I'm sure it has happened to each one of us. We have lost maybe relatives or at least acquaintances because of this COVID virus. The second image that comes in my mind is that of people standing in long queues outside hospitals in order to get a hospital bed or oxygen, etc. The third image that comes to my mind is of migrant laborers walking hundreds of miles, barefoot sometimes, in order to reach their native state. Indeed, COVID has had a catastrophic effect in all spheres of our life, be it directly or indirectly. But I want you, me, all of us, to look at the other side of the coin. Here, I would like to quote our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said, "Aapda mein bhi avsar dhoondna hai." That is, we have to find opportunities even during adversity. And some people have managed to do that. There are lots of people here, they may be entrepreneurs, businessmen, etc., who have used COVID to their advantage. I am a student, and because I'm a student, I'll, specifically talk about the student community. It is true that maximum of the students have degraded during COVID-19. This is because we don't value our time. It may also be because we have network issues, etc. And that's really sad because you know what it is. But a few of us, students, they were able to take advantage of this COVID. Why? Because we got more time for self-studies. We did not have to waste time on travel. We also had the privilege of more accessibility from our teachers. Means online is more accessible than offline in most of the cases. That was about the student community. Here I would like to give the example of Shoaib Aftab. He got All India Rank 1 in NEET 2020, scoring 720 out of 720 marks. In an interview, he said that while other people were nervous, thinking about when will our exam be, his full concentration was on his preparation, and the results are there to be seen. Now I would like to move on to the spiritual aspect. You know, we human beings, we have this thing called ego. Sometimes it gets too big to handle. This COVID pandemic has reminded us humans that we are just tiny balls of flesh and blood crawling on this tiny planet compared to the universe that God has created. I strongly believe, it's my feeling that people have become more religious during this COVID pandemic. This may be also attributed to fear. You know, when we are in a fearful situation, we pray to God more. At least it has happened to me. And I can safely say that it has happened with most of the people. Not only spiritually, but emotionally also, families have united. Those children who used to say that, I don't have time for my family, now they were united during this COVID pandemic. Also, we also realized the importance of doctors, nurses, delivery men, police, etc. during this pandemic. In conclusion, I would like to quote Dr. A. In conclusion, I would like to say that, like many other things, COVID-19 has proved to be disastrous for majority of the people. But then, a few people were there who could take advantage of it, and for them, COVID-19 proved to be a blessing in disguise. And that is all I want to say. Thank you.
An thiam hle vai kan participants te loman pakhat na dong vek thei tur khop khanin an smarta an thiam to ani tuna chuanin audience round kan nei anga zirlai zanina helai huna ron kalte tan hianin loman thatak tak kan buat saya zona quiz kan nei ve don ani kan in ring em kalawin chiar ve em chiar chialo mo soft skills te kan tia personality development te kan tia zirna achon zanina helaya local khom te po kan thavia wang kan thiam pia wang ma se kan academic pia lama hianin kan ni tina kan nun phung te etiquette kan ti te personality development te poimo zia hi kan soi cham chi to a pero academic a degree thatak kalo nei ani mai theya adot le ka maba ka chu interview ma chon na ka zon do chu interview ma chon tur kani ta ni interview na khanin ka degree khamin en saka chu mi piala ma kha chuanin ka degree ka thil zir quality ka nei em tia kha soft skills khana keng thin ta ni chu mi chu interview na en thina mi personality development le etiquette based in audience round quiz kan nei ang headline trong hianin ka dinga kan quiz chi chuanin kan rules ke ni chuanin points kha kan nei ve lawanga headline chonga a answer shia ding ma saber ding chonga min chang kha loman ka rom pezel don ani in thut na huna khanin round nga kan nei zona panga in zona ma saber tur chu hei hi ani which of the following should you do when shaking hands? A. Look for someone to whom you can introduce them while shaking hands. B. Maintain eye contact with the person whose hand you are shaking. C. Stand at attention and only offer your hand when the other person puts their hand out. D. Look at the other person's name badge so you know their name. Your time starts now. Stand up, please. D. Look at the other person's name badge. So, B as in bravo, right? B. Maintain eye contact with the person whose hand you are shaking. Adikem in clear teang. Laula ding la. Adik ani. Providence Higher Secondary School. Atrongin aming kan siya tayamo. Lauruat sanga. Well done. Adot liya kalau ring le khalang heki in zona turani. Where should you place your napkin if you must leave the table during dinner? A. To the right of your plate. B. On the floor below your chair. C. On your chair. D. On your plate. Your time start now. Providence atrang. Providence kin ding masa kan chan masaktir lo kang C on your chair atikem en leng halang adik ani loman kha men lau pek sakse aming kan sethayem Aaron from Providence Higher Secondary School in zona pathumna audience same post lampang takhan trong teu helampanga Goodwill High Secondary School te in zona chu hei ani. Sitting on a crowded bus, a pregnant woman enters and there is no empty seat. You should A. Do nothing. B. Get up and give my seat. C. Stare at her. D. Make fun of her. I haven't called yet. Your time start now. Okay, hetami hi masabera termit bunka. D. B as in bravo. Get up and give my seat. Adik kemenang. Adik ani. Sapos Higher Secondary School. Aming kan sethayam. Laro luwa. Zona palina kan en leng halang. You are walking on a narrow footpath and there is a person walking opposite towards you and you should A. Walk in the middle. B. Walk on the left side. C. Walk on the right side. D. Stand on the way. Headline termit bun kha angai thau kha aron ding masavera. Answer. B as in bravo. Walk on the left side. Adikem en leng halang Lo man kami lo pek sak le se. ชลายกันเนี่ยกันแอคทีฟตัวเนี่ยจอยเดียวชุดยังไงมองจ้างชุดหน้าดินเราตัวแต่รอกันดิ้งอัดตัวนี่ your last question you have to supervise a group of cadets who will put the place settings on the table at your spring dining out when one of them asks why are there so many folks what should you say is the purpose for each A B C D เตียงเขียนินกัดเชียร์ชวกเราไม่ยังหันเอ็นฟังฟังอุลาดิ้งภาษาเลย answer ภาษาเบรกันเอ็นเอา St. Paul's Higher Secondary School ตรงนี้ดีอันที่ยาอดีเกมอดีกเราตัดไหม next call เฮ้ยละมา B as in Bravo อดีเกมอะไรดีกเราโอเคแต่จังหวะเขียนนนบ้านพอเรามา C กันเอ็นเลียงอะไรดีกเราเฮ้ยแต่อัลลาสตาดิโอดีค่ะอัลลาสค่ะเฮ็ดลายยังมีโอ้ค่ะตัวเองมิงเย็นสังหารเสียแต่เลยสแตนอดีกันนี่เรามาข้ามีเราเปียกสักเซเรามาเมอัตโตแข่งอินแอคทีฟได้วินกันง่ายถาอ่ะเรามันจะพอแล้วอมเละไม่เทียนี่แต่รอชวนอิน around เลยกันกันมาอิน short break เรเราเตะกันในเละซุกกันเราเละวัดโดนเนี่ย
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai hau lovin puan thui zirna a hong tarup mai thatin cheng sang ni chau choin agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla I poisa choi bel ngai mi a lovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka I tong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang ni chau choin Hindi tong agent na tla ka mang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian mechatan hostel changthung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai chon pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thlonin a pe bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve da che
Medhavi Foundation chuan tholai te ma kuanga in eizon na konga mani in todel theina turatan construction strong zir thei turin na chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te Baking lama tuimi tan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak ten hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin Zirlai tan thatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur chon pui thin an ni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye kan lo let ta a zanina ta anna aninel na panhina tura chuanin first language in anron in el dona mizo tonga soidu in mizo tongin an soyanga hindi a soidu in hindi in han soidona ni ama sabera kan ko chua tur hi Grace Larin Pari Hauzel Goodwill Higher Secondary School ani Role of youth in politics. All the best.
politics kan han soiri khichuan kan rilruwa sarkar in rel bol na hi alo lang ngal phat mai zela politics su enge ni kan ti chuan politics so na huam zau em a politics cha chu kan in chung khur in rel bol na hen alo in chan ring zunia chalai hian enge politics chatur chuan nge kan ti ve tur kan ti chuan politics in man kher hi lo ngai lo kan ti ve thei tok chu dik na ngai nai la ril ru shi sel tak pu in kan ma chop cheute len chuak zelila tiro u ti chuan politics in man ngai lovin kan ni tin nuna hian politics hi politics chasiam tur chuan kan ni tin nun le kan in chung khu nun hi alo poimo lu tuk ta ni chu kan la no pang em a nun mang chho tur chau kan nia sarkar in rel bon lai mua ni na chel thei kan la ni lo te me umei amai ro chu ke mani in chalai le zirlai kan ni na anga kan ti ve thei tok chu kan cheve la thil thleng dik lo te chik thiama kan thlir thiam thei na turin thlir na tlang sang sanga changa kan thlir thiam mi aba poimo si em sarkar kalphung dik lo kan soi sela sarkar siam chatur politics lu chilte hianin kan ru kalphung dik lo wang le kan politics kal dik lo laklo chuanin a hibral china chu wangin ke ni chalai te hi ni poimo em chu politics siam chatur chuan kan va poimo si em Mizoram hian sangni le som pakhat sensa senator landanin kumsom panga changa som pakwa le kumsom hi changa kumsom ni pali hi mi nuai ni sing ni sang ni le som nga pakhat o mga chuta niya khata khanin achan ve tel po hianin kan zirlai te veila khotlang hi veila kan mat sop chute chatakin hlenila kan khotlang a thil diglo muthiam thei turin thil chi kila kha kan ti ve thei to kan ti shereng chungin kan khothlir te tizawila riru zaw tak puila tiro u Indian Constitution chuanin Article 19 khanin freedom of speech kan du zalen ta kan soi theina kan ngai dan kan rirom te kan soi chwa theina zalen na zaw tak min pe a kha dan kan man thiam abahan chul em han mang changkai la lok thak ta ka ti na te han mang u khai kan ngai ben zong thei ti dikila kan hun ol thei mang chai la tiro u ti chuan politics hi vei vak ngai lowin ti khan kan siam cha chu ani me a politics hian in sarkar in rel bola chu hi alo ni lo ti hi she tharang u han soi zelila politics hi at kan sarkar kalphung hi adiklo na hi siam chatur chuan athuk to em a tun thot a siam chat thei don lo chu wang chuan nakina ke mani kan lo chan len huna chuan ke mani kuta hian politics siam chat te na hi kan kuta chaw omani choi tu tur kan lania chu wang chuan hei sherengang u kan theina te hi Sangkazariya somluk pariata Prime Minister United Kingdom Prime Minister chuanin khovela thilro pui tam takhi chalai te len chu alo tia chalai te kan theina sang si em kan Chief Minister zom tak puzoron thanga anga mel chat phek phuk kan doni chuan politics se ve yangu khai ka chalai pui tu hei ka zo tu cheuni politics hian a ei don chinge politics hi i vei don kalome
Vulkan chan chale re mai rauna chuna dot le kan kalanga Samuel C Vanlal ven hima Goodwill Higher Secondary School lo som leng halang Mizo value system hi athar achato kem. All the best.
Zanina kathuron soitur hi Mizo value system kan nei hi achato kem ti nia. Ama sabera chuanin engeni value system ti tangkaron chandua. He tilam South India lama han enila khutilam panga cheng te chuanin ami pa ho khwanin an office bang te mon class kal zo te hi an ipte hian sam khui hin da thina ni chu hunram chang an nei piang hianin ti hianin an han defy an mani te a hin en nok nok khatiang kha an mani mi puizi nga chuanin za oma te an ngaya an sang thina ni masa khatiang an mani ngai sanang an mani ngai hlutang kha Mizoram a hin non keng ve ta ni ila hetilama hi chuanin makti na te nui te po a hlo de yang chu tiang chi chuanin rong hi adang hianin mishingena value system kan nei hi adang lam ve theini ram le ram nam le nam mishing le mishinga te po hian kan value system ma ni na kan nei cheu hi adang lam theini chu ta chuanin Mizoram value system bi ka chuanin karon soi du chu a chelam pang zongin han soi phot ta ni ila pakhatna chuanin kan thalai puite ma ni in to dal si lo nu le pa chom langai si he tilaya pai changkang tak tak ten on ne li the changkang tak tak te he tilaya phone changkang tak tak ten on nia kor an hak te po branded fe kan nia khatiang kan lo ngai sang thin kha zo na hi chu om lo thei lo ani khami ai kha chuanin tlema na hiam lam pang do po ni tin hatia hanin e chopa an ma ni thlenga nge po e tur mu theyang chok hi hetiang hi ingai lu thiam ang u Pahina chuanin karon soile du chu thil thar aron chua hian kan thalai te Mizo shim po hian yam thil thar aron chua hian kan ngai sangin kan ot ma thei em ani chu ta karon soi du pakhat keima lo shiat ve chuanin hei Yamaha R15 kan shawakanga version 3 ron chua khanin kan bike nei te kan scooty nei kan shal ta supa a chen pe chuan an nu le pa ten chung kwa chang ten poisa te khan vadila chuan khamin nu khanin an bike version 3 kha an lom man nei ta ni an nu loka version 4 on chuaka version 3 khan an lung oi lo le a ti khanin shal na tur khan zong le a version 4 le tum khan chu tiang chu ni lo nga mang u chumi mai pia lama po ram dang han enila enge inni du te han ti la an ni du an chiang to ni chuanin khamin ni tum khanin an bengar ngara khami huna khanin hlo tlina an mu ma chu an mani khan an chang fan ani chu heta karon soi du chu Mizo ho hianin ngai lut kan value system a hian nge na hin na yang u kan thil ti na hian kan u pathum na chuanin hey soi lo theini box hi lova nam dang kan ngai sang le lutuk khi ke ma ni hi kanin hlau thinem o ti hi zone hi om thina he tilai Amitabh Bachchan kan she a he tilai kan rami kelam thanga kan she si lo he tilaya Korean thumal te kan she a ROB bo kan soi chuak thei si lo he tilama Taylor Swift kan neya kini pon ulim himi kan nei ve tho lom tro til pakhat chu ta karon soi chian du chu an ma ni wangai san lo tu ti na ni lo mase a engla ya khange ngai san ngai na lai kha kan shia ta ngai ni chumi mei pon lovin karon soi bel tu chu Mizo ho te kan nam hil ala no panga kan la mola kan ram po hila zimani chu kan nam hila hum hal tu ri ke ma ni ve kan nia chumi wang chon kan pi le pu lo thil lo ti chinte he tiang ho hi khongai takin ingai lu sha mang u ke ma ni lo chu he tiang hi ron ti zom turan om don chuang lo hetia achilam pang kan Mizo value system a karon soi wang hianin kan value system kha achiat vek pha ti na ni chuang lova achalam po om tho ni klom ngai na kan ngai san tlat te mo mi huai sen kan ngai san tlat te he tilai covid aron om lai te mi kanin pui ton na te Mizoram phei chu kanin chenom khoven na lama hian kanin po ton veka chiat ni that ni a te hianin kanin pui ton china khadia kanin pui ton na ril ru kan langai hlut na a te khanin keima ni kan na ma hi min timoi mei pia lama pathian po kan choi moi tel halani atop kharna tan phei khokbun khatan pani omang zelin thil tha hianin achhialai hi chu ain zep tel lo thei lo ani ma se chuta hetilai local zongjong ka then rolte ka cha du chau chu achhelam pangkha pe thang ama achalam panga war ta ka mason zel turin ke pen thawang kalome
Our next participant, let's welcome on stage MD Atif Nazir, St. Paul's Higher Secondary School. Role of youth in politics. All the best.
नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल, चिबई वेकुले। तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? आज मेरा विषय है राजनीति में युवाओं का महत्व। राजनीति बहुत ही एक विवादास्पद मुद्दा है ये, और मैं अपना भाषण शुरू करना चाहूँगा आपसे, आप युवाओं से पूछकर कि आप में से कौन कौन लोग बड़े होकर राजनेता बनना चाहते हैं। किसी ने हाथ नहीं उठाया। मैं जिन लोगों से भी बात करता हूँ वो कहते हैं कि राजनीति, पॉलिटिक्स इज़ अ डर्टी गेम, ऐसे ये लोग कहते हैं। कोई पॉलिटिकल डिबेट्स में कोई घुसना ही नहीं चाहता है, क्योंकि सिर्फ झगड़े होते हैं और कुछ नतीजा भी नहीं निकलता है। लेकिन हमें सवाल ये पूछना चाहिए कि हाउ डिड पॉलिटिक्स गेट डर्टी? राजनीति में ये गंध फैली कैसे? भारत जैसे एक इतने बड़े और विभिन्न देश में इस सवाल का जवाब ढूंढना बहुत ही मुश्किल है, लेकिन मैं एक बिंदु निश्चितता से कह सकता हूँ कि हम लोग बहुत ही रूढ़िवादी सोच लेके चलते हैं। हम लोग चेंज को नहीं चाहते। ये ऐसा देखा गया है कि अगर कुछ बदलाव लाना चाहती है सरकार या कोई भी संस्था, तो हम उसके नकारात्मकता में चले जाते हैं, उसकी सकारात्मकता को नहीं देखते, और फिर वो जो कानून ही बनकर रह जाता है, वो ज़मीनी स्तर पर उतर नहीं पाता। अगर हम आंकड़ों की बात करें तो इस देश की 65% जनता 35 साल से कम है, यानी कि वे युवा है, दे आर यूथ। लेकिन हमारे राजनेता में से कितने प्रतिशत लोग युवा है? मात्र 6%। ये बहुत दुख की बात है। इसका कारण बहुत कुछ हो सकते हैं, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल में एक कारण जो मैं कह सकता हूँ ये कि हमारी मानसिकता बहुत उम्रदराज और जो अनुभवी राजनेता हैं उन्हीं के आधार पे चल रही है। मैं एक और मुद्दे पे जाना चाहूँगा कि हर विभाग में एक रिटायरमेंट एज होती है, वो अक्सर 60 साल की होती है, सिवाय राजनीति में। हमारे राजनेता 60, 70, 80, 90 किसी भी आयु के हो सकते हैं। दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण उनके स्वास्थ्य उतना अच्छा भी नहीं हो सकता है, लेकिन फिर भी वे उच्च पदों पर आसीन हैं। मैं ये कतई नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि अनुभवी राजनेता जो हैं वे अच्छे नहीं हैं या फिर हमें उनकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। हमारे देश को बहुत सारे ऐसे अनुभवी और उम्रदराज राजनेता मिले हैं जिन्होंने हमारे देश के नाम को विश्व के पटल पर ऊंचा किया है। मैं बस यही कहना चाहता हूँ कि युवा नेताओं को भी मौका मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि आज की ज़रूरतों को सबसे ज़्यादा बेहतर तरीके से युवा नेता ही उन्हें उठा सकते हैं, पर्याप्त कदम ले सकते हैं। क्योंकि ये हमारे ज़माने में पले बढ़े लोग हैं, इन्हें टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करना भी सही से आता है, और हमें ऐसे नेताओं की ज़रूरत है जो जात, धर्म, लिंग आदि इन मुद्दों से ऊपर उठकर जो जनता की रोज़मर्रा की मसले हैं, जैसे कि स्वास्थ्य, परिवहन, शिक्षा आदि, इनको उठाएं और इन पे पर्याप्त कदम लें। और मुझे लगता है कि ये कार्य सिर्फ युवा नेता ही कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि जो आज राजनीति में गंद फैली हुई है ना, द डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स, इसको इसको हटा सकती है सिर्फ युवा पीढ़ी के राजनेता, जिनके अंदर देशभक्ति की भावना से वे ओतप्रोत हैं और वे पढ़े लिखे हों, उनके अंदर देशभक्ति की भावना हो और उनके अंदर वो विजन हो, उनके अंदर वो सोच हो जो हमारे देश को आगे ले जा सकती है। अंततः मैं बस यही कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो एक युवा शक्ति है, जो डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड हम कहते हैं, इसे बस कागज़ पे ही रहने नहीं दें, इसे ज़मीनी स्तर पर भी उतरकर राजनीतिक लेवल पर भी हमें इसे लागू करना चाहिए और इस शक्ति को ज़ाया नहीं करना चाहिए। धन्यवाद।
Asoi thale mai kan shethiam em achen kha chang kan shethiam lo nga ma se thade wina soya ni ti kha ka ringtla tani ke poin no adot lia kan kal le nga la nga Iris la Thuampui Aizo Christian Academy. Tlom ngai na tiron soidonani. All the best.
Mani in phata midang te da poi mozok le midang te thil chati tlom ngai na tia wa kan pipu te changa kan som nun chong dang reng renga soifia na omlo mizo ni tinuam tu tia kan chuan thu le lalama kan chuan vor pu James do khu ma chuan tlom ngai na chu choi moi phut lo choi moi tlak kanun tum choi moi do na choi moi ni chak angalan tum si lo chunga choi moi aru ka choi moi du si chunga tlom ngai na ti in tlom ngai na chu alo shil fia ani tlom ngai na hi nam dang po in an nei lo po ani shan lo mizo tlom ngai na dang lam na chu khotlang le nam anga kan tlom ngai na hi ani ti ila kan soi swal om love anam anga tlom ngai na kan chwa chin hi nam dang tan po thil moi le fak alo ni fo chin kum sang ni som panga khan Dr. Lal sang general te chuan mizo tlom ngai na mangin ram le khotlang le in kai shwaina dan chung changa Cambridge University a kan paper alo present nge a chu takal khom te po in khotlang le nam achanga tlom ngai na community ethics anga kan nei thei hi makan ti in moi an ti le chu tiang taka kan mizo tenuna poimo tlom ngai na chu eng angin nge tun lai changka na le ma son na khovela hian kalpui alo ni ilo bi chiang te ang pipu te hun la ya tlom ngai na angkha tun la ya nun pui rem lo na kong tam taka om theya changka na awangin zwal ko tura kal angai talo ramwa luikal le lom roite po angai to lo tluka ngai ani changka na awangin mani hun achangin du le mamote kan lakhomin kan thon chuak zungzung thei to a changka na awang bokin zirna le eizon na te kan du to kin midang tan kan in du tho in midang tan hun po kan nei lo sot viau mai chu wang chuan kan khovel changka na hi mi pui te lo in chuan ve na mizo tlom ngai na hi apol dalta ni le nilove tlom ngai na hi kan khovel ma son zel kara po hian a chom nunin a inherem zel thei bok ani kan tun lai khovela chuan kaushan le khutlang ta na thei top kan chwa te chia ni chhatni kan to te po in kan chan vo a top thlenga rinom taka kan len te hi tlom ngei na tur chu ani man lai achanga kan ti chin khohar in ria le len pui te chu tun lai na in tlemin a in her tun lai na awangin tlemin a in her dang lam ve sheta tlom ngai kan shia thiam dan le kan practice dan te po adang vezel tun lai khovela chuan mani na arin te hi tlom ngai na tia ngai thei te po ani ome mi ana arinom si lava khotlanga ana ti boy khopa a in man chuan tlomngai ti chu tlomngai tia thal chu a har savia ome kan kawa tla le kan mo phurte thataka kan len hi tlomngai kan ni theidan te chu ani khovel changka na in ashin chwa in ti siang na te awangin midang ta na thil thati ai chuan mani ta na ham chaddu na te hi alo lang lian zok chin ama ero chu phut le be sei neimia lava a thlona midang te chanpui du na hi tlom ngei na zok chu alo ni tuna kan in elna borak te po hi han enila kan zawai me hian in elma ila atua te po hi din huncha ading turing kan in du sak le loisia heng te po hi tlom ngei na thinlunga changa chuak vekani tunak atobera chuan kan ra chin china diktak le rinom taka nung chungin midang te ta na thil tha ti zel chung si in I tlom ngai thar li ang u kalome
Zanina kaninalna hatana allocation round na ransai nunung bertur hi Alex Balsom lua Providence Higher Secondary School ani COVID-19 a blessing in disguise. Ransai vele donani. All the best.
Tunjum zu kangoi to lawang. COVID-19 a blessing in disguise. COVID-19 phena mel somna. Thil re hi chu side A le side B nei tani a thalam le a chelam. COVID-19 po hian a thalam le a chelam ani ni thil zong angin. Mase mishing te chu thil re hi a chelam a thlir hi kan ol sam em ani. Mase khami karon soiwang hianin COVID-19 hi a thai karon ti na ni lowa. Chatlo na tam tak po nei ve ni. A tam zok chu chatlo na ni mi tam takan thia economy te tlaniama kha chu soi tamangai lo ma se zanina bi khi chuan tu na bi khi chuan COVID-19 in ke mania chatna ron thlen karon soi ve don ni thungana pakhatna chuan kanram chunga tang han chanila ke mani chung kwa ama chung kwa in kom khom ngai reng lo mani ti tur thewa buai faten school an kala chungten nan thoka khatiang thin kha sitting room a han thut khoma hanin bia khoma hey in lei chi na han siam na hun kha kan nei tani tuna chuan he covid zara hen kha kan chung ko in lei chi na ha atinget zel tani chu ni phot tani chuan a pahni na chuan kan society a kan nun dan phunga kan khole tuitin nun dan phunga he covid-19 hian man lai kan pipu te ti dan an ti dan an nun zemoi kha aron ti par chuak le ni entirna man lai kan pipu te chuan sem dam abil thi an ti thin lom ni mani khan in shenge shelo chu ka shelawa thingtlang chongmoi lo ni lo se thingtlang ami thlai thar tu ten an thlai thar sum tam tak lo chhuana nan shal thei kha ui mi lowin khopui mi te ei turin aron pe ni chu chuang kan numi zo nun zemoi hlui sem dam abil thi kha aron ti par chuak le ti achieng em ani khami poisa tam tak lo chuak theya an sen aya khanin keima ni khopui mi te miron chanpui na nan mangta ni chu ui nei mi lawa thilpek aya nun dan moi tlon tling hiom donem ni ti chuan kan soi china kan mi zo pi pu te chu chin chan thi ngamani kan ti thin kan sha chawin karinga MBBS le nurse zir chuak te lo phut mi lawin an ma ni kha COVID-19 patient te enkol turin an in volunteer ani ha engma an phut let lo chu an nun na thapin khang shivei te kha an ron enkol ani chian chan thingam chu ni te me umei kan mi zo nun dan zemoi aron ti par chuak le em ani ti chuan kan khovela han kai chhautai la ama chuan in kan theu thinanga COVID-19 ron ma kha chuan ram boite ram le ram inti boina te helpol le sarkar inti boina te inti boina chi sang sang kha a om thina ni ma se he COVID-19 hui chuan ram sang sang ten changruala changrual takin shi an dau hawa chu chuan in dauna te in tha na te ral na te ati top ta ni kan changruala kan beizela chu ta tak chuan inge kan han en let kan thei kan ti chuan he COVID-19 hian chiatna anei tam rol rolin a thatne to po hi ilo mu ve chewangu heng zong zong hi ka thu soi zong zong hi in zatan ni se kalome
nakena min remind wa ti khan kan final 5 te in elna chu kan zawa kan judge te atangin language second language le first language aponi se comments du amo seidur nei kanomani chuan hun kan lo pelokang
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai ho lovin puan thui zirna a hong taruk mai thatin cheng sang ni chau choin agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla I poisa choi bel ngai mi a lovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka I tong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course hi thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang ni chau choin Hindi tong agent na tla ka mang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian mechatan hostel changthung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai chon pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thlonin a pe bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve de che
Medhavi Foundation chuan tholai te ma kuanga in eizon na konga mani in todel theina turatan construction strong zir thei turin na chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te baking lama tuimi tan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak te hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin Zirlai tan thatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur chon pui thin anni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye
ani zana khan ka ding to ka in thlung via wa ma se I enge mo sei tur a oma kan thian ten min non de usia kan ron ding le zoi du a ama sabera kan soi du chu I zanina elocution ron anron present dana khan chen khatin enge mo in lo sayang ti kan ring lo ka chuta chuan I abik takin iris khan le kha ron kenga kha ani na shelok bi ka midangin an shelok si lo emo in tiang ti kan hlawa kan contestant te hian an shelok veka an topic tur hi chu kan peloka topic pariathi an du a an ron in buat saya chu an du ber hun atlema wangin an du ber pahni theu sap tong le mizo tong emo hindi emo in buat sai turin kan shilok ani ti khalo sha ula YouTube lama chuan sei sel na le cheu tein ka ringa chuta chuan kanon sei do chu adu khale khan lo ken kha atira pon soya kan phal thawa ama ero chu kan te dan ero chu angong dan kha I sei vek chi ni chuang lova chuan kan te na khan an confidence level te athua kha an soifia to kem ti te introduction an pek dan te atopan conclude dan te hunan man dan te kha kan te fungani ti kha kan sei du a chuan an thiam hlom kan naute ni zana kan sei to kan naute panga ho khi chuan tak tak an ni khoi lai emo atang khan tu te ne mo khatiang te chon ka thiam ve ang in ti ani mai theya aziak chhar te chu ka thiam alom lo ti ri ru in omani po in ron chuak ve ngam hri si lo lai kha in thiam lo na lai chu ni ti kha kan sei du a mo chu wang chuan in ti siak na tel ngam te hi quality poimo lutu kan ni ti kha zanina kan han sei tel du a tin zanina kan cha du cheu chu ni china khan grace in politics ti chungchang aron sei a khan ril rudik pu ila ti kha zan inna kanin ti siak na te a hmalama kanin ti siak na om to zong te kha school indo na tura ti kan ni lovani ti hi khongai takin lo siang cheu ti kha ka cha du cheu ni in tran zong an chak mai theya in tran zong an chak lo mai theya fair takati kan tum veka ni zan lama te po zo na an shelo ka nyang ti te eng mani chu alo omanyang eng po ni sela anin buat sai na acha ema keini pon an van thiam kan ti top an ni chu wang chuan in smartphone nei kha atha zong man tur kan ti to khamo enge social media in chalaya hong dan kan ti kha abik takin zanina helai local le participating school chho khian lo sha ula kan du chu atha zong in mang ila midang in fui zong in nakum lama pathian zara kan damanga kan lati le anga chuta chuan atam zok in lo tel ngam ngei na tura in buat sai kan du a zanina elocution ang chi kha subject khan chwa nei sa thiam tak maya mi pui ma a han soi te po kha inzir chwa kan du a chu tiang tura tun hun hisiam kan ni ti kha kan han soi du a chu wangin zanina khan tu te mo kha shelok bi ke mo shelok lo bi ke mo anom lova tin pakhat le chuan hindi a soi kha keini hian in hindi kha kan judge ve thiam lova amai ro chu hindi a kan judge tu te patni an oma chumi te average kha a judge ve lo pathum te score angin lak vek ani thodona ati fakhan mak zani chawnei don bik chuang lo zanga thawanei ni ti kha Saint Paul so kha kan shil du le chewa mizo tong le sap tong chau thiam hindi thiam ve lovin kan du din kan judge mai lovani hindi thiam in an judgment kha kan pom tlanga it will be multiplied by 5 average of that will be multiplied by 5 ani fair takin kan ti kha kan sei le tu a I khovela hian in sei sel na tur hi kan zong ani chuan a om reng dona he show po hi a sei sel du tan chuan sei sel tur omang ma se chu sei sel na alo om ani po in keini chuan mason na tan kan manganga nakuma chuan sei sel na lo om ani po in khang sei sel na en reng chung khan a ai thazok in kan tianga zanina local te le in naute a school dang zong po nakuma chuan tamjok lo in lo tel thei pha na ani kan be se ya chu wangin in zawai chunga hen kan lom ema engkim mai hi malam pen zel tur kan ni ti sha in zanina kan chian ten an ron ti aya thazok khan nakuma ron tel vek in tum don ya kan lome
Dr. Lalbiak Tikin Namte, Professor, Department of Education, MZU, Tungalom Tukan Soya, Pidikte Hianin, Hair Competition, Top 20, Kanei, Atrang Khanin, Bootcamp, Atrang Khanin, Mentora, Mintran Saka, Kan Now Tehi, Guide Char, Chara Groom Char, Chara Hahun, Lutak Teron Sen, Chinavang Khanin, Alpha Omega, Tuan Lom Tukan Soye, Tuna Tuanin to Soiturin, Dr. Malsom Kima, Associate Professor, Department of English. Government Aizol North College, Lausom Le Ang.
Chỉ bay vek ule, amasain MAC22 tel zong te zana chibai kabu ka chewni zanina mor bokna kan lo thleng ta in elna ani awangin loman la tele la lo te tel alo ngai te sia chu wangin zanina hian dong phalo kan omani pon nual na tur awm lowa hetiang in elna changka kan tel thei him po hi final round ani mo top 20 a kan tel emo tel lo emo ma son na chu ani to him a lo man lak phak lo hi lo cham na ni lo ti hi hethar turin zanina hian kan ril ru te in buat saila thain ka hria hovel martial arts a ming dai le to ngai lo tur Bruce Lee chuanin tling lo ni hi a za thak lo wa tum hiam lu tuk ero hi chu sual ani khrai mani ati top ani tling lo ni hi phil za thak ani lo wa aya la om le za thak chu tum nei lo te hi a za thak a lo mani chu wangin in elna ni chuan tling lo pol ni angaya khang kha thil za thak ani lo ani tling lo ni hianin experience lu tak kan char zela chu chuan ale pegatan min ti chaka ma kan son phani tuna po ani na taka chuanin khovel le lama chuan Wimbledon te a omega tuna po a final 4 te final 2 te niang chu khatiang khana in tlifim chho meka atling le tling lo in sorbing chho zela amaro chu ta khan tuma an beidong chuang lo akum le tan kumina an experience lu takha an mang thian ni chu tiang che chun zanina po hian zirlai du om tak tak te zanina lo man kan la pha ke mo la pha lo mo lo tin na le lo cham na ringot kha i Thuampui ber lo wila tling lo ni kha lo cham na ni lo ti kha shethar leila thain ka hria ni china kan jat kan Thuampui nu pidiki khan aron soi to a atira tangin atel ho hi an bright maya Mizoram future kan kal dikani chuan a bright le in ka hria alom kan tiani kan soi ringota kong le lama metric result te chuaka higher secondary result te chuaka top 10 list te an chuaka mani loka po loman semna te awama amaro chu khang loman semna lang kherlo zanina kan contestant te po hi a top 5 te po kha ama metric result chuaka khanin loman an dong phawek chuang lo ani top 10 ar po an ni chuang lo amaro chu zanina anon lang phatlat mai ni an lan phak na kha hi quiz ringota ni chuang lo personality development ate thil chi hanga te phung chi hanga tanga ron lang ron par chuak kha ania chu wangin lo tling tur chirna hian ani na chuan percentage te grade te chu apoimo na meu mai amar chu khang zong kha apoimo ber chuang lo ani lo tling tur hian chung te chu kan thiat apoimo a ten American author lar tak mai amaro chu thalai te chuan in chiar vak karin lo cowboy than thuziak tu lar de mai lui le mar hi ke ka chiar na sa ama chan chin ajiana chuan in school hian ka zirna min dalani tim mau mai a amak khop mai amaro chu school hi asoi chiat na ni lo amain boot camp te kan neya soft skills te kan zira training te kan neya khang zong a khan enge kan zir chu enge kan thiat bel chu school zirna hul hiam noya syllabus ringot hi mihing puitlinga min siam tu ani vek lo poimo em chu khang soft skills kan zir thar te kha alo ni telani lui le marapon school ringota syllabus noya kha adu khop lo ani nun kong chuk chwa hian zir tur tam lu tu ka adu khop lo a chu wangin school hian ka zirna min dala ti thlot ani school a mu sin na lampang ani lo education chu all round development ania school le college ate university ate thil kan zira amaro chu kan thil zir kha kan apply thiam si lo chuan lo tling kan ni thei lo Mizoram na avang kan tia degree kan neya kan degree nei kan apply thiam lo ni mai lo mo ziak le chiar percentage India rama sangber do tu kan nia a sangber ni lai po kan hau thin amar zo kan rama na wang kan ti le si enga tinge ni china kan thriat oi kan value system dei kan thak dang la mangai ni lo mo kan ngai hlut zong dei kan thak dang lama kan antenna dei kan her rem de wangai ni lo mo ziak le chiar thiam in ti si degree nei kan tam to amar zo na wang kan ti tlat ngatinge kan thil thiam hi kan chor tang kai thiam lo mi le lampanga thiam bik thil nei in han sadoni la mystery thiam deu chu anin dai lo abuk lo ngai tha buk lo kan ngai na wang kan ti si chu tiang bokin thil sang sanga amaro chu degree nei an ku tel tul to a na wang kan la ti boxi na big thiam thil big nei turin kan in zirtira amaro chu ta hianin thil han ti tak tak donila a thiam chu han zong donila mizo society hian kan population la tlemang hianin anin chan lo ani na wang kan ti thosi enge dik lo ber ni ta ang le na zon nan hian mak tha apoimo amaro chu puitin na kong zo tur chuan tai mak na hi apoimo ni kan tai mak lo chuan om ziom lo mandeu khanin sabra ma khazin vea ta chuanin khovel mun sang atanga I zirtir tu le coach rual te in fiam na lampang thila kal kani boka chuta coach thaina an soi tam jok chu talented people ai joinin talented sports person ai joinin mitaima sports person sportsman chair anuam jok enkol anuam jok de talent ringot hi anilo thiam theina ringot hi ni lo amaro chu lo tling tura be tang kha apoi mo zo mi zong he arula kal vek tur kan ni lo ani au ho in kan kal vek thei lo skula kan kala amaro chu darik rolin kan theng mai thei amaro chu kan great ain ang vek lo kan zir lai kan man chak da nai ang vek lo chung zong a chuanin midang ain kan man chak lo ani mai thei beidon na turam lo plus 2 ka zir lain science kala thina maths ka chak lo em kan classmate pakhat bihari pa chu maths textbook cha lu tuk tak he novel ngai nom deuh ang hian a chiar thin thutung hian a chiara ngai nom ti deuh hian a chiar a chok ve ngai lo ra to parani chau char ni kan class a chuan khatiang khak ka thiam ve lawa ka thlin bok hek lo min nor kal tu adang dai ani nor kal tu kha adang dai kan khuang ri hriat ai nang lo ani amaro chu chung zong a chuan apoi mo ber chu tai mak na ni kanin ang vek lowang zirna huang chunga school ate college ate university level ate result an chua hian zirtir tu te chuan kan nau ten ti tha chuan kan lo mani kan lo me ma percentage kan thona college mo school mo university mo percentage tha chuan kan lo ma kan in chi bai ani amaro chu an huwa hunan kal dewa keimani al lim na tak min siam tu chu kan zir lai te kha an percentage ni roi nun kong zo a an lo chingem an chung ko tan choi do kana ei tur an lui theim an fa te an en kol thaim an ram tan thanem an ngaim rim takin tai matakin an thokem tia khan zirtir tu te chu chung ri lai hen lung oi na omani result ชัวไล่ชวน result ขั้นมินตีล้อมนั้นไม่อามาเราจะอะไรหัวชวนขั้วเลยชวนกันยืดไล่เราก็ช่วงต่อแต่อันเราปุยทีนะรำตานะนาอันโถดันแต่อันชุ่งกวนโจมดันแต่อันเอ็นกอลดันจังแต่คันหลอดลินนั่นแหละหลอดลินเราในกันเราอินเตอร์รูเวทีนั่นนี่จุดยังเจ้าชวนนังนี่พอไทยมาตักินซีรูละอาเชนจูวันด้วยอินอมไม่เทยอามาเราจูวัยขัดกิงเราวัยนี่กิงเราฮีหลอดช้ำนานี่เรา experience รู้ตักชาวชัวน่ะเจริญนี่ตานี่ value system เตะไงหลุดจงเตะกันสวยให้มีรัวเห็นนี่จีน่าขันกันง่ายสะบกตรมไงนะจุงจังกันนำเจียกันมีเจียฮีกันนำเจียฮีกันไงหลุดอภัยโมนี่น้ำดังแต่จู่เองอังปนเทียมินเราปุยจังกลางมาเสียละกันนำเจียกันจับปุยตัวนี่ละกัน background นี่กันจับปุยตัวนี่ละน้ำดังยังไงสร้างเราวงกันตีนั่นนี่แรงเราอันไตมากนะเตอันตุ่มรูนะเตอันหลอดที่ในกันง่ายสร้างกันยืดเจียงตัวนี่เอ็นต้นพอกันเอ็นต้นอ่ะจุดที่รัวจนกันนำเจียปีเล่ปูเตจังอ่ะกันทุเราเฉียกันลำเฉียตัวนี่เรากันจอยหนุ่มจอกตัวนี่ example เขาว่างั้นเดียวกันสวยอ่ะพายแต่กันหันจีน่ามิโซเลยมิโซกันอินฟิอามา tribal จอนปัวกันหันเตีย tribal certificate เตกันเตียนี่มิโซจูอินฟิมนั่นตักกันฟังอันนี้อามาเราจูอินฟิมนั่นปังอ่ะกันจิมเวเจ้าจ้าวะเฮติลาย tribal certificate กันติจอนเลียนมัลปุยเลียนเตียกันเราอินฟิมชินค่ะอาเราหนุ่ยจะท่าเข้าเราอาเราจะท่าเข้าเราไหมไว้น้ำดังที่แมงไว้หันทีละตรงกับมวยเรานี่เราเสียละน้ำดังอินเดียนเท่าอินกันเปียนั้นหันหัวกัน tribal certificate นั้นหันหัวอันอดลัดไม่นี่กันเกอังกันโจนปัวอังในเวตูเรียนจิมากุมตั้มตักอันวัวเก่าต่างไงเกนี่ชวนอลสัมเตนัสันป้าจิมกันไงเราอินกันไหนไม่ยันนี่จะปุยตูอังกันไงที่เราจะทากเร่งเรานำจังกางเพียงอินอันโจบุลอันเชียงจากอันจะปุยเราว่าอันช่วยนะซาอันปีเล่ปูเตอันจอยสร้างอันนี้ชุดเตียงตีนะจังกันเชียทุนอาจวนกันรำเหตุนไอน์กันจังกางเล่จวลสว่างปนลางอ่ะมวยน้ำไม่นี่เราช่วงนี้ละตักนั่นนุนโซเชียลมีเดียแต่พอตักนั่นนุนกันจอยหลักเทียมหุ่นอาจวนินตุนไอเฮียนกันดินหุ่นอัจฉริยะจวลัง example อาหันสวยไตละน้ำมันเจียงอาจวนคริสเตียนกันเนี่ยไบเบิลอะโมเสสจันจินกันเชื่อกันนี่โมเสสจะฟาโรฟปานี่ดูลวินอัจจิปุยอันนี้น่าอันเรียดชัวขันลลรัมไอกุปตาลลรัมอันหุชนะอัตลานสันนี่อดินหุนาดิ้งไตละตุนไลมิโซทลายแต่เหกันตลานสันงมังเอ็มหันินโจดเจียละลลนูเอสเทจิกันเชียริงเรามีการน้ำดังปัสสาวะอันนี้อามาจูอันน้ำชันหิมนานอันน้ำหุ่มหิมนานอัจจิปุยเตหุ่มหิมนานจวนทีเละทีหัวมินลลค่ะอามาชนกันมันนี่เกนี่ฮีเองกันนี่โดนแหละขัดเตียงดินหุ่นอาการดิ้งไตละกันรูทกันรอนจอร์ชัวนะฮีกันไงสานะกันหลุดเทียมหุ่นอาจวนนัดโทกันเฉลวะ education กันที่เฮียนิน soft skill training กันในจงแต่ข้างที่จะทั้งกันเทียม degree กันเนี่ยน่าจนนานกัน apply เทียมหุ่นอาจวนกันรำเฮตุนไอเฮียนอะไรจังกางจู่กันกุตาเฮียนกันรำจังการนั่นแหละจังการเรานั่นตัวฮีเอาอมันนี่กะโลเม
Dr. Malsom Kima Pumaskia kan lome MAC22 atan hianin a tholok emema pumaskia po hianin top 20 kan nei tongkhan boot camp te min han nei puya kan nau tenen group discussion tenein he round final 5 thleng tur hianin an tholok emema groom char chara nau pang ho te kha briefing ania chunga khan lom thu kan soi nga le MAC22 Mizoram Academic Competition game show min buat sai saktu te hi tu te nge an ni ti hi kan lo ngai ven ve to mai china eng tianga lian nge an team te po hi kan lo shechak mai theya Alpha Omega company ya thok tu te hi kan ko chuak ve sim sim ngai hela ya hian an mail tha em ti te kan lo en du cha takin ama sabera zo than sang a khiang te pu zo than sang a khiang te hi CEO ni in Alpha Omega company hi buat saya atim te lalnun fima manuna tin kan kau china mal som tluangi mapui hian in event management hi akhoya operations head ania norma mal som kimi norma kan tia ani hian in HR lampang akhoya nung lama alang lo lama poimo tawin lo chefut vut zelani sirem ruat kima anzinga chuanin no sena anti ani IT lampanga khoya heng zong hi Alpha Omega company ya thok tu te chu an nia mi panga in hetiang ang game show ro pui lutuk Mizoram tana history an siam hi an savai tan kudim ben saktiang tu soi du po an nei ve nge in rin oma tu soi na hun kan pelok anga mapui yes
kan khur na salutu ka lom thu kan soi dua at tira chegin ke mani hi Alpha Omega hi team kan ni tir hianin hemi award shot angamo I competition amo hi ti ve kan tuma ma se poisa lawa company po kan la nei lawa ma se lockdown te lo nia ti ngai na ma lawa kan jin chua kan ni Mizoram ma hianin sarkar ate kan han bia ma se kan dream chawala nia pum khat po kan la ni lawa ti chuan kan jin chuak to pa kan struggle tlem te kan soyanga chuan phaira ma te kan kalami kan bia a kan dream kan soya ma se ala solid lawa a thaber ti kan tuma chuan claim te poisa chu mi min khongai na zara le kan dream min lo share tu te bula tangin kan ron hmuwa poisa kan don tir hian account company anga thun na tur po account hi kan la nei lo shim shim a check in kan kenga ma se ala dai lo chuta po train ten kan kala ke mani poisa kan kwala chuta kan kal le puel bi ate min lo eng khurna saluto ka puel bi aten min lo ngai vena kan savior ni me min lo tuma tun thengin voin jana po an ron kal kan lom lu to ka ma hiani na ron chua chuan hun chang changa kan kal na po ke mani ai thiam kan mamwa chuta te chuan kan mentor te pidik te pumal som ki mate etan kan ni te pon lo ding a pilian sang do ri te po kan bia a min lo fui a kan du kan soya ni chuan hemi event kan lo ti meu hi chuanin ke mani in panga chau kan nia kan ti thei lawa sound kan du lights kan du chuta chuanin delta hne na po kan kala engtin ngein dun tia om ti ringot ten kan soi thiama kan dream hi kan ti puitling thei lawa chuta video ama lo lang zong te po kha William Mate group in minron ti saklea an mani hi thu ringotin kan soya drawing po kan pe thailo angai na po kan shelo an manin moi de win kan rin phak bakin minron siam saka an chunga lom thu voin jana kan ron soi du boka delta town kan soi du a chuan zonet kan soi lo thailo zonet pon exposure ke manin kan thei phak bakin minron ti saka tu na po kan bulan ron chua chu pon he na lom thu kan soi du boka chuan atop bera chuanin school zong hi intel lo chuan kan ti theilowa online examination kan ti khan kan nervous lu tuga chan tu school pakhat po kan nei lowa school an ni lo chuanin poisa hi eng ang millions po nei ila competition om theilowa school a miron tia Providence school ate answer adi na po ka benasale me min ningot ang karinga St. Paul sa answer Jimmy ka benasabok min ning khopin ka bia chuan goodwill
and principal Sir James Sapo kabia kadu tu ka hansoya Christian Academy po kelsi atangin min ron telpui voin ni thlengin min telpui chuan an student zong hi nang mani hi voin zan hi inta ania tin thil hi settle atop atan cho a hei ti ve mai mai ang in ti lo kan be se voin zana kan thil ti atang hian a chen chu ke mani pot kan ti zong hi arei to poisa na kina hanin min ron la thing to kang ti po kan sia kan dai don lo kan she lo ma se a thaber kan tuma voin zana chu nang mani ti hlot ling tu chu in ron nia kan lo ma chuan pathian hne na lom thu kan soi lo thei lo kan tong chai na kalkata te lum lu tuka mi biak tur kan neya kan vakala ko nga hanin voi khat phe chu auto lu tukin kan chua kan han tong chai le ria auto ring box si auto driver in thila play box kan pathian thu choi po engma kanin shelo kara zo thana tong trai nga chu tiang vel chuan kan ron oma traina la a ring lu tuka kan tong trai bok tong trai na hli ring kan khatama se atopa chuan ro pui takin helai hi voin zan kan ron thleng theya tunge lom thu soi lo kan neem kan knowledge partner aki mali polte Madavi Foundation min boy pui tu chuan no pang song boot camp kan ti lai takhanin khata po training lo pe tu etiquette manners communication skills zong ke mani vision kan shila aron keng chwak tu chu an mani hi ani boka chuan kan main sponsors te pani adunik le LB associates te an chunga kan lom chuan in voin zana winners zong le voin zana lo tel te hi congratulations kan ti vek chu kan ril ru tak zetin kan lom in chunga
khang baka khan boot camp
kasoi thank you warehouse cafe boot camp kan nei na kha warehouse cafe nia will an manin mun min pe skating ring min pe theater min pe ele intur le an mani warehouse an space zong shooting kan nei na ni leng tha kamin mantir wangin kan lombo kan chunga
lo ma me ma som tuangi ma pui alpha omega te han tho lok re mi zo zir line no pang te tanin du khop lo na tam tak te tin an mania an ability te han phau chua sak tur khanin khatiang ang khan an lo struggle an zawai tan hin kotin beng le tiang ti chuanin lo man sem na le result puan na chia kan mawak towa break toy te kan nei anga lo man sem na nei turing kan lo let le vek don ya
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building admission fee choi ngai ho lovin puan thui zirna hong tarup mai thatin cheng sang hi chok join agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla ipoi se choi bel ngai mi alovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka itong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course hi thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang hi chok join Hindi tong agent na tla ka mang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian me chetan hostel changklung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai cho an pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thlon in a pe bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve de che
Medhavi Foundation chuan thralai te ma khuanga in eizon na konga mani in todel theina turatan khor strong zir thei turin a chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te baking lama tuimi te tan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak te hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin zirlai tan khatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur jon pui thin an ni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye
MAC22 Mizoram Academic Competition amor kan lo bok don ta a chumi ma chuanin pu biak moya LB Associates kha helama hin stage cha lo chose thu soina toite kan lo pele anga chuanin loman semna min nei sak mal bokanga ading tlang don nia LB Associates te ni chena kan ngai thak ta kang khanin Alpha Omega te tra o in an vakala an ni hianin an mit tuite halo shu khul sak ani pu biak moya
MAC22 buat saitu Alpha Omega CEO puzo thanale Thuampui te tin kan jat zom tak tak te tin hemi buat sai na ta na kan partner sang te zirlai dom tak tak te le troi om tu te zarin local zong la in lama lo thlir tu te in zavain LB Associates bingin sipai ka buk chewa ni sinan soita ang khan ei Mizoram kan la ti ngai lo ngai chia lo competition dang dai tak mai in talent pho chuana develop na le helai competitive wala in than na tura man ro tang kai tak mai Alpha Omega na ron chop chuak thei hi ro pui ka tia hei hi abul tan na chau ani tura kan ngaya nakin zela na sa zoka e kan kalpui zel po ka be sei ani tin he MAC22 a hian akila lung poi mo tak mai akan lo tang ve thei hi lom om kan tia e kan zirlai dom tak tak te in zinga karon telvoi khatna nia amai ro chu YouTube lama te tin ni zara te po live te le media ateng kan lo thlir ve thina kan theina kan thiam na asanga aro pui le ani chuan hela ka din ta ka chuan thil pani khat le kan soidua pakhatna chuan in talena tra nichina pidikte pumas ke te ron soitong khan in thiam na po asang ani amai ro chu zirna bul in tran chho tran chawani lotling tur chuan thiam na atok lo taimak na le tumru na in nei telangaya chumi piala ma chuan in tum ti sang ro sang tak in tumanga tumna san chuan tlak na po sang ani thiam thei tak zir thapei vak lo ai chuan avan tlang po ni sela tumru taima chu a hlotling nge thin ani chu wang chuan lotlin kan dua kan ram le nam ta na kan future in ni na angin chu tiang ti thei tur chuan ka cha du cheu ani
an point ka pong top
thil pani lek kan soyanga pakhatna chuan tun ma kum som nga chuang kal to khan Yale University a chuan research an beya an zirlai ta zinga enge an tum an zotani chung zinga za pathum lek chuanin tum fel tak nein an ziak tha a kha an thil tum khati hlotlin tumin an kalpui ani chuta adang somvel chuan tum mu mal tak chuan neya amo chu an ziak thalem lova adang za asom nile pasari vel khan tum chuan nei ve ama ro chu engtin nge kan kalpui don ti pon ngai to lawani abak za som ru khan tum pon nei manglo kum som ni nuwa khalaya an research ti na mi te khan wazong chuak le a an mu chua chu asum le pa ang zong poin tum mu mal tak nei mi pathum za pathum te khan za som kwale pasari te nei hen khan an hausa ni an hlotling em a society a top cream kan ti de khan ni amidang tum nei ve ama ro chu a top 3 te tleng phalo kha an ni pok an hlotling ve tho mai za som ni pasari kha chu heta a middle level an oma a bag zong kha chu atam zo kha an hlot cham ani magdeu mai chu mani loka kum tampola ni lo khan Harvard University in kha research tho kha be ve a chu tho chu an mu chua ani chu wang chuan kan zirlai te kan thalai te hian tum mu malina yang u chumi a chong ka point pani na karon soi do a hey kan alpha omega CEO te anu te pa te ho nen hian lekha kan zero three na kum somli chuang malam patrang kha kan lo in threto ani silonga kan zira chu da delhi a kan chukla a kan zir lai chuan hey puzo thana pa hi chu civil service ni tum ani be pasa MN tia MA pan zo ma in IS an tling chho mai a hlo tling ani chu ti lai chuan ke chu pol kuwa kan ni lai tang hian architect ni ka tuma ka rong bol na tura pathian min pek nin ka hria sulai ta ka chon ka soi du chu ka pumas kia po hanaron soi zok to a kum somli kalta khan architect zir tur hian all India national entrance examination khatila khan UPSC buat sai nia ka exam ve ani chulai ta ka chon zir lai ta ka challenge du cheu ni kum sa kha za ko somriat le pathum khan Mizot lang valley all India examination akan pakhat na ni tlatan ni tuna chuan tamzo khian tribal kuata kan chan point kan lom em mani kuata telo hian India rama hian kan lu thei te riang u khatila khan tunang khian la ni lowa amo jo kan chief minister kha alom em mai le kha mi ron thona Delhi local masak ber khan leng turin min kowa Thuampui kan ina lom thu min thrilani voina hian karil unat da em chu kan zilai tamzo khian kuata besin kan la zihuai huai ani kuata ya tha a tha do nak hello amo chu kuata pia lampanga hian kan lu the ni ti pai riang u chu tiang ti thei tur chuan ikalang u kan lo zir chuaka kan zir chua lai chuan na zon langai lo kan lo chuaka kan chua tu ka khan bm i lo chuak to aron zom hal ro PW den rei lo te ka zom ve ni amo jo sarkar ka thona tur ni ka hiat lo wangin kum khat photling lawa ka chuak le a voin thleng hian kala in chhir lo ani chumia atom na ka cha du cheu chu aram le a fel na chu zong ma zok ro ti chuan chung zong cho pek bel chang cheu kan zirna kan thiamna kan theina kan finna te pathian tan kan ram le nam tan mangila zanina kan in fuina zong te kha om zenein kan ram tan kan la phu chuak theyang zanina in thil ti te kan muwa ama in thil ti te bo kan ena nichana soyang khan real dik kan puchuan kan ram future a bright ani tunla kan politics thalo te mo kan in real bol na governance thalo te mo hi asiam thathei tu chu nang ma ni in ni chu tiang tu tur chuan zanina local khom te in lama min thlir tu zong te po ka cha du chewa tin a to ber tan chuan alpha omega team te in zawa chung alom thu ka soinon le a hetiang thil tra ramtan senfa komin bua sai the wang hian in zawa chung alom thu kan soin in kale zela tura du sakna kan hlana cheu kalome
pu biak moya kan lome loman semna kan nei dona loading radio lek ani pun sanin chu min lo shathiam sam don nia loman apumpuya result kan puan main zanina anin elna bi ka an round pania an point mudan kan han puang ange MD Atif Nazir from St. Paul's Higher Secondary School, round 1, 372 points. Round 2, 392.5. Grace Laurin Pari, round 1, 452 points. Round 2, 466.5. Alex Malsom, Lua Providence Higher Secondary School, round 1, 366.5. Round 2, 390 points. Iris Thuampui, Aizo Christian Academy. Round 1, 271 points. Round 2, 314 points. Samuel C. Van Lalven Hima, Goodwill Higher Secondary School. Round 1, 410 points. Round 2, 417 points. Loman, result puan na. Tak kan nei to anga chumi ma chuan in Goodwill Higher Secondary School kha han ban pharlok teu principal ombokem Goodwill Higher Secondary School hianin an now te hi top 3 an tling ani chuanin an school fee zong le an hostel fee te athlonin kumin chung zong an zirtir don ani kudin ben saktiang top 3 an in hlang kai don empty kha chu kan la soi theilawa chuanin Alpha Omega Company hianin winner hi kumin chung zongin a school fee zong kha antum sak don bok ani top 3 te kan puan ma in Consolation Prize palina le pangana angin akal to lawa Consolation Prize min kan puang masa anga Consolation Prize hianin certificate le cheng sang sari akeng ani cash prize Iris Thuampui, Aizo Christian Academy. Hetlama hian in lo chuak se. Certificate lan ka hetlama hian mi lo ken chuak sak se. Iris. Cash prize to Ronkeng Talawa Nakina. Kanin Tele Medonia. Alex Malsom, Lua Providence Higher Secondary School. Tikan kon top 3, that's a country top 3 second runners up Pathumna. MD Atif Nazir from St. Paul's Higher Secondary School. Loman Pathumna hianin cash prize cheng sing khat le sanga trophy le certificate akeng telani pakhat na nge patni na kan puan phasakang patni na kan puang ang kanin ringem first runner up MAC22 Mizoram Academic Competition sang ni le som ni patni na chu Grace Learning Party House Goodwill Higher Secondary School. Loman patni na hian cheng sing thum le certificate le trophy akeng ani alo mo me tikhan pakhat na chu Samuel C. Van Lalven Hima Goodwill Higher Secondary School. Loman pakhat na hian cheng singa trophy le certificate akeng ani ทุลมประคัดกันในเลยนิจินคานินอัลฟาโอเมก้าคัมพานีคันวินเนอร์ค่ะอันสกูลฟีกันตุ่มสักโดนกันตีค่ะ Goodwill Higher Secondary School เต็นลมมันประคัดน่าอันตรงไม่รอจุกค่ะอวอร์ดค่ะลมมันปฐุมน่าตานันหลานเล่ตอนนี้ Goodwill Higher Secondary School จะต่างกันโลไหมลองช่วยเราผู้เบียกมวยกันโลไหม MAC22 Mizoram Academic Competition อวัยขัดนะจุดที่ขานกันหันสวะสกูลรอนเทลซงเตเฮโชมินหลุดสักตูซงเตเฮโชโลทินนาตุรตานาทกโลกตักอัลฟาโอเมก้าคัมพานีเตเมดาวีฟาวเดชั่น LB Associates เลอดูนิกเตจุงอาขันลมทุกันโซยากันโชที่ขัน result ปวนนักกันหันในตัวคลีร์ตูซงเตเลเฮลัยมุนาอมซงเตอินซาวายินมังทราเวกุเล
Alpha Omega chuan Thuampui Fairview building a admission fee choi ngai hau lovin puan thui zirna hong taruk mai thatin cheng sang mi chok join agent na tlakin puan thui ron zirla ipoi sa choi bel ngai mi a lovin embroidery moi taka thui par an lo zir tir tel nga lang che tin heiba ka hian nal taka itong theinan spoken Hindi class an hong tel boka he course hi thathum chung ni in thakata cheng sang hi chok join Hindi tong agent na tla kamang thei khopin an lo zir tir don che ni heng zirna ba ka hian Alpha Omega chuan a building ve ka hian me chetan hostel changtlung tak asiam hal bok zing cho le tlai cho an pek ba ka choka mani in bol theina le wifi a thon in a be bok ani mun fian real him si idu chuan admission ron ti ve da che
Medhavi Foundation chuan thralai te ma khuanga in eizon na konga mani in todel theina turatan khor strong zir thei turin na chop chok leta MSCTE Thuampui Diploma in Computer Application Semester 1 course te baking lama tuimi tetan short term bakery course kalpui ni in training chuak ten hena certificate lan anibok Medhavi Skills University Nuaya India Rama 5-star hotel tenen thokhovin Zirlai tan Khatin stipend mu theina BSc in Hotel and Hospitality course kalpui anibok tin healthcare hotel management commis chef CRM le office assistant te athloni na zir thei boka zir chuak te chu na tho tur jon pui thin an ni hrachiang du tan Medhavi Foundation bong kon sauta anga event theye